Good evening and welcome in to the Wise Sports Show. To the right of your screen is Pops and I am QMP. We are your favorite father-son duo talking sports. Now in today's show, of course, Pops, we're going to keep our Cowboys offseason outlook going. Talk about what the Cowboys are, still working on. Give you some thoughts on, the moves they made so far and just in total. Also, we're going to go around the league. We're going to also talk about the world of men's college basketball. And if we have time, we're going to go into the world of golf. But I'm pretty sure if the Wild Sports Show is talking about golf, I'm pretty sure those of you who have seen the news know who we're going to discuss. But we'll save that. If we got time, we'll make it happen. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Yo, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And keep in mind, y'all, we're everywhere that podcasts are being shown. So your favorite podcast platform, we're there. We're on Roku, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everybody. We're on all those platforms, y'all. So check us out. Yo, appreciate y'all tuning in. Greatly appreciate y'all. Hard Flick Chick, Chef D, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for the support. Greatly appreciate that. Pops, you ready to talk to the people, sir?
Yeah, we need to get this thing going because I want to make sure we look at the upcoming season as possibly a better season, and so hopefully the move that we've made so far will help the Cowboys be better. Because I'm tired of being on the bottom and tired of getting laughed at.
Yo, what up, though, Brandon? Appreciate you tuning in, my man. Thank you so much, my man. All right, so first up, we gonna talk Cowboys offseason outlook. Now, if y'all see, there's a gentleman pictured there. That's our coach, uh, Brian Schottenheimer. And let me tell y'all one thing. Uh, I'm impressed with the guy. I've seen some clips of him talking about the Cowboys off season. He was on NFL Live, which comes on ESPN. He was on NFL Live. I believe it was on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, and he was saying some good things. I really like what he said about Christian Parker, Pops, our new defensive coordinator. Really impressed with how he's connected with the guys and things of the nature. Just spoke about those things. Just give me your thoughts on Brian Schottenheimer, Pops, and just what you think he's going to get done this season. You think we're going to improve, or what do you think?
Well, I think he'll since he is in control and he's the main man now. I think we will be improved because they know his system, what he likes and what he wants done, and also some of the moves we've made with the actual defensive coordinator that I think he's familiar with. And so I think with just that alone, I think that should make Dallas better. We can't really be any worse than what we've been, but I think the guys really love him as their coach, and so we'll see what happens from this point on.
Got to make a good point there. We can't get any worse than what we were as far as defensively. Now, and the one thing I thought about, since we had our show last week is we got to keep in mind that Brian Schottenheimer did go into defensive meetings and try to help out the defense and try to make them improve, which affected the offense, right? And so the one thing that I look at is that that's not going to be happening anymore. Yo, Texas Kings 88, what's up? Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much for the comment. Appreciate that. But the thing is, I don't think he'll be much more in that defensive room anymore, and that's going to help us all help us out offensively. And think about this, Pops. Last year when this happened, he was in the defensive meeting rooms or whatever, which took him away from the offense, and then our offense suffered, if you remember, this past season. So having someone on that side of the ball who's uber intelligent, again, Brian Schottenheimer spoke very glowingly about Christian Parker, how intelligent he is, how much he loves ball, things of the nature, is great. It's great to really see, and I think he's going to let him do his thing on that side of the ball instead of getting involved. And I got a comment from Renee Bradley. Let's go back to that comment from Renee. I'm sick of getting my hopes up for a Super Bowl. Are we all though, Renee? I appreciate the comment. Yeah, we all are. Because at the end of the day, we need to do something better than what we have been. And Sydney, I appreciate you tuning in. My God, thanks so much, man. Thank you so much for the comment. So yeah, we all want to make sure we can elevate where we have been from where we have been, Pops. You know, we talked about this before as far as, you know, Cowboys fans are concerned. Every year we think, you know, we're going to Super Bowl. Now again, you and I are realistic Cowboys fans. And one person that's going to join our show here in a bit, special guest, is a realistic Cowboys fan as well. So just saying, y'all, we would love to be in the Super Bowl run. We hope that we're trekking in the right direction, but we shall see. Any lasting thoughts on Brian Schottenheimer and just your thoughts on him elevating our level of play, Pops?
Well, yeah, again, like I said, this is his second year actually running the team, and I'm kind of really just waiting to see how the season's going to start out. Because, like I said, now he's had a chance to put everything together and to know the guys. So we'll see what happens with this second year.
All right. All right, understood. So we're gonna see. All right, we're gonna move on and further in our Cowboys update, but we're gonna show you this clip about what they've done so far as the offseason moves they made, mainly the free agents. And we got somebody joining the show, my man Prime. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for joining the show, my man.
What's up, bro? How you doing, Pop? What's up, Pop? How you doing?
You all right, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, everything good, man.
We got, before we go into this next clip, we got another comment from Brandon. Says, I'm not worried about Super Bowl. Get a first down in the game first. Yo, come on, man. Relax, Brandon. Relax. You already started, man. You need to relax, sir. All right. Let's show this next clip. These are the moves that the Cowboys have made so far, y'all. So, Prime, you just joining the show. Take a look at that list. Anything jumps out at you as far as the free agent signings that we've made? Anybody we've gotten rid of? Just take a good hard look at that list. Tell me your thoughts, sir.
Actually, I'm actually happy at the moves because it's not just it's Mr. Parker. You know what I'm saying? The new defensive coordinator, he's actually doing a lot more of the moves than Jerry. Jerry he's getting behind him. So I'm actually great. I'm feeling great about these free agencies, these trades. I'm you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think he's doing a great job right now. He's heavy defense, which is what we need. I'm really good about it. Especially the secondary situation. I'm really
okay. Now, before you go, Pops, got another comment from Sydney. I'm not worried about the offense. Give us a decent defense, and it's over. Agreed. Because the offense is where it needs to be. Now, as I mentioned earlier, before you joined, Prime, we got to keep in mind that during the season last year, Brian Schottenheimer went over to the defensive side of the ball, was in defensive meetings, trying to help out the defense, right? When he did that, our offense suffered. That ain't gonna happen with Christian Parker being over on that side of the ball. I think he's gonna let him do his thing. I think he may give suggestions here and there, but literally plugging himself in those defensive meetings, I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. I think our offense is gonna do very well. It's just about our offensive line play, but we won't get into that. There's one guy by the name of Tyler Guyton, but we won't talk about that. We'll leave that for another day. Pops, give me your thoughts on this list here that you see. Anything jumps out at you in regards to the free agent signings or anything that you've seen on this list that intrigues you, sir?
Well, I told you my main thing that I love that he did do was that to get that safety. And I always have looked at Dallas's defense is that they were not physical enough, or should I say they didn't have the physicality that I saw the Seattle Seahawks have. And until Dallas plays hard up and tough up, like I even hate to say this, go back to when Jimmy Johnson was here. Well, if they don't play like that and stop closing their eyes when they come up to hit defense backs and all of that, then I think we'll be back in the same position. But I think they'll be more physical, especially with this young man coming on board, because of the fact of it is, coming from Philadelphia, that's how they play. You got to hit and hold and make sure that you make people know you're there.
I agree. We got another comment from Sydney. You can get a bunch of talented players together, but it depends on how well they play together. Agreed. Agreed. Now, coaching, as we mentioned in last week's show, Pops, coaching does matter. Coaching does matter, and it is definitely going to matter in regards to his Christian Parker scheme. You can sign a ton of players, ton of talented players, but if you don't coach them the right way and they're not playing together, I mean, like you said, we can't get worse than we were last year, but we can tie. We can definitely tie how bad we were last year. That's for sure. But it all depends on the coaching. Got another comment from Brandon. My problem is when you fix the defense, what are you doing to keep the offense strong? The turnover margin is -9 on offense. You got a good point there. And as I mentioned, I think with Brian Schottenheimer, who is the play caller, is going to be mainly focused on offense. And ain't going to be no going to defensive meetings and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be solely offense. And I think that's going to help us significantly. And during that interview you had on NFL Live this past Monday, he spoke about that main thing about turnover margin, saying that if that don't get fixed, we're going to end up having the same season we had this past year. So he's well aware that needs to be taken care of, because he said they gave it away way too much, which they did. So that's something he is focused on. Obviously, we know we got to eliminate those penalties. That's a given. We got to eliminate those penalties, or at least significantly reduce those, and obviously stop giving the ball away. I'll tell you guys, for me, I would say the one thing that I'm really impressed about is the fact that there's a lot of defensive players on this list. We know we needed to go out to defense. We know that the defensive side of the ball is what needed the most help, and that's what we've done. Now, am I shocked that we did trade Osa Odighizuwa? Yes, but at the same time, when you have a new defense coordinator on board, you have to understand that he's going to get the players that fit his scheme. So if Osa didn't fit, Solomon Thomas didn't fit, we see they're elsewhere now, and other players have been signed on in place of them. And we'll see what happens in the draft. Any further thoughts on this list, Prime?
Well, no, I'm just I'm looking at it, and I'm liking what I'm seeing on tackle, the presence on the defensive line. Of course, we want to make sure we got backups. Sake, and also with trade for trade line, be able to trade some things, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to keep all these guys. Of course, a lot of this is for the draft and things like that. Get ready to trade some people, trade up. Just glad to see. I'm glad to see a new freshness about Dallas. I think to what you were saying about Shotty. Shotty is a players coach, and then he went and, like he said, he went and got another players coach that's on defense. So I can't see nothing better, a better morale last year. Even though they didn't go to the playoffs, it still seemed to be gelling a lot more. So bringing in the veterans and stuff that they're bringing in, I can't see nothing but goodness, man. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I could see at least a push into the playoffs and maybe to the NFC Championship.
Understood. Now we got another comment from Sydney. Once you get a decent defense, turn it into offense. Trust me, it will be less turnovers. What's the offense's how tough the defense has gotten? Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all about. The main focus is defense. We got to get defense taken care of. Bottom line, we got to get defense taken care of. We knew that was our Achilles heel last year. Bottom line, because the offense could only take us so far. You can only do so much offensively, whereas they feel so much pressure having to carry the team, and that never bodes well. That goes into forcing the ball down the field, which goes into turnovers, things of that nature. We saw that unfold last year. Got another comment from Brandon. Not only that, but who do you insert when someone gets hurt? Next backup is Sam freaking Howell. Well, hold on. You forgot to mention one other quarterback. There's Joe Milton in there too. So you got to give Joe Milton some love, man. But, You're right though, man. We gotta look at that. Now maybe they see something in Sam Howell that we don't. I don't know. Got another comment from Texas Kings 88. We'll know soon in the season. We got Ravens week 3. Yeah, we will. Got another comment from Texas Kings 88. Go back to that one. Running game is gonna play a huge role. It always does. That's football 101. Absolutely. And listen, one thing that we can say, gentlemen, is that the running game looked really good last year. That's one thing we can say that looked really well. Now we do need to make sure that Jaden Blue, shows some more, some more good things, because we gotta be able to spell. As I mentioned before, we gotta be able to spell Javonte Williams. While he is a bell cow, he needs to, be able to take a few plays off to where he doesn't run down, towards the end of the season, because that's when we're gonna need him for sure. And then we got one more comment that I'm going to read from Brandon real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next clip. Joe Milton must not be too relevant. If they had to go get Howell, you could have kept Will Greer. That's the point. No, I agree. I'm shocked that they did get rid of Will Greer. I really am. I really thought that they were going to hold on to him because he's been in their system for a while. But yeah, I'm shocked that they did get rid of him. I really am. Because I really didn't see much from Joe Milton. I was joking, honestly. Y'all know that. I didn't see much from Joe Milton. But I would say at least Sam Howell has some, a start under his belt, things of that nature. So I'll say that. But I would have really wished that we could have kept Will Greer on the squad. So, gentlemen, we're going to move on to this clip. I want you guys to check this out real quick. Hear what Jerry Jones had to say. I just want y'all to hear this real quick.
We can't have any red shirts. We can't afford to have red shirts. We'll have to plan on, see 6 weeks into the season after a rehab program, a player that you're really putting stock in at a certain time that's recovering from college injury relative to a draft. You see less of that tissue.
All right, gentlemen, did y'all hear what Jerry Jones just had to say right there?
Go ahead, Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell y'all this real quick. So basically, what that clip was saying that, as I mentioned in last week's show and previously, is that the Cowboys have taken flyers on injured players in the draft, right? Jalen Smith being one of them. Shavon Ravel last year, when he came into camp, he was already hurt. You know what I mean? Coming off of a major surgery, a major injury. So Jerry Jones is saying, we're not going to pick any players in the draft with injury risk. So, Prime, do you believe Jerry Jones? Are we still going to stick with what we've been doing previously? Or do you believe in what he's saying, that we're not going to, pick any rookies in this year's draft that may have to redshirt or have injury risk?
I think he's telling the truth, because we've never heard him say it. We've never heard him say this before. That's the reason why I know it's something changing, and because he's starting to sound a little different. So I believe him. I'm with my boys, man, Jerry, because I know he won one before that great day of transition. You know what I'm saying? So I know he won one. So I think he's gonna do what it takes this time, man. I think he's gonna listen a little bit more. It sounds like he is. So I'm gonna put my stock right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I think he's trying to do something. He's trying to make a great push, man. So I'm with him.
I'm right along with what Prime said, because I'm getting tired of every time I have to go to work or whatever. Everybody else is talking about their team all of the time and what they've done or whatever. And there have been 2 or 3 different teams that have gone all the way down and came all the way back up, and we still stuck. And so I'm hoping that, as Prime said, that this guy's really real about what he's saying, and he might even just call Jimmy up and let's tell him, Jimmy, hey, let's kind of talk this thing over. What do you think on the downside? Because like I said, I'm tired of going to work and hearing about Philadelphia, San Francisco, and everybody else. So I want Jerry to quit playing around and go and get us a team so we can brag a little bit before this thing's over with.
Now
Yeah.
we had a few comments come through, y'all, that I gotta read these. So let's read the one. Let's go back to the one before that one, please. So Rabbi 214 says we need a new owner. And then let's go to this next one, Brandon. You were wilding for this one, man. Does Jerry Jones know he said this? Yo, you wilding, man. Yeah, I think he knows he said it, man. Now the thing is, he got to stick to it. Seriously. But we gonna see when the draft comes up. We got another comment from Texas Kings. Let's go back to Texas Kings comment real quick. Texas King says, we all know we draft good on offense. We draft bad on defense. So, yes, something has to change. So it looks like someone agrees with you, along with Pops, Prime. And Rabbi 214 agrees with you as well. So,
Yeah.
and then I got another comment from Renee saying, LOL, Pops said he tired. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's tough out there being a Cowboys fans. I mean, the Cowboys fans, guys, y'all, all three of us on this show, who you see on the screen right now, yo, it's difficult. It really is, because everybody lumps us into that whole thing about us thinking Super Bowl every single year. That's not how it is at all. It's not how it is at all. So, we'll see. You kind of mentioned Super Bowl, Prime. We gonna see how it goes at the end of the day. But yo, Prime, we appreciate you joining in, my man. We appreciate you joining in, brother. Know you got things to do. Anything else you want to add before you drop off, sir?
Yeah, man, I want to say this, man. You know what I'm saying? Forget all you haters out there, man, that got something to say all the time, want to talk down on our team. Always got the Cowboys on their lips. We don't never say nothing about y'all teams and stuff like that. And then I want to say something to the Cowboy haters on the inside. Man, hey, you're either a ride or die. Or if you ain't riding, man, you need to get off the ride, man. Say, man, we trying to go get great, and we finna be great, and we finna go do some big things, man. So I just want to say that, man, because I'm seeing a whole lot of people. Yeah, man. Hey, man, shout out to QMP, shout out to Pops. I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We finna do this thing, man. We finna do this.
All right.
Signing off, man.
Appreciate you, Prime. Appreciate you, brother. Yo, hey, what a way to drop off the show than to say something like that. Well said, Prime. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Let's pull up that comment from Brandon. He says he can stop drafting her players all he wants. Remember, he drafted Sean Lee. I'll leave that right there. I mean, you're right, man. Like I said, I brought up Jalen Smith. We gonna see. We gonna see how things go. So, at the end of the day, we can only take him at his word. Now, he's also said that we're gonna be all in and all this stuff. We gonna see. We gonna see. But moving on, y'all. We're gonna drop off the Cowboys. We're gonna go around the league. And I want y'all to see this real quick. We had mentioned, about the referees, this whole situation. Remember, y'all heard it here first. I brought this up when all these free agency things were happening. Everybody's getting signed, whatever. But this NFL referee thing flew under the radar, right? Now, I'm telling y'all, this is getting more and more real as the days go by. So as you see in this clip right here, it says NFL owners have approved a rule change allowing the league to step in and assist on potential disqualifications, whether for flagrant football acts or non-football acts, and initiate a flag if one wasn't thrown. Situations like DK Metcalf's incident last year, where no flag meant no ejection, can now be addressed in real time. Now, for those of you who don't remember, for those of you who don't know, DK Metcalf took a swing at a fan in the stands this past season. I've never seen that before as far as, basketball, Master of the Palace, stuff like that. Yeah, I get that. But as far as NFL players doing it during a game, taking a swing at a fan, I've never seen that before, Pops. Mm-hmm. And then basically what they're saying is if this happens this year, then a flag can be thrown. It can be addressed in real time, no doubt about it. Because cameras are everywhere, Pops. Give me your thoughts on this rule being in place now.
Well, I don't disagree with that at all. I know some of the fans act like they do say things that we don't actually hear them say, and sometimes they even possibly even spit on players or whatever like that. But on a professional level, when you go out there, you know that these things are already there, and you should have enough professionalism to know that you got to control yourself or whatever. Those fans are gonna be fans. They pay their money to come out there, and they just have to more or less play under control, and then let the refs handle everything.
Okay. Agreed. Now, we're going to move on to this next clip. And if y'all notice, there's going to be a nice little theme here. See, there's another referee picture there. There's a little theme here going on. So understand that, I'm trying to make a point here, y'all. So in this clip, it's saying that NFL owners have approved. I want you to listen to this very closely. NFL owners have approved a competition committee proposal for 1 year only, allowing the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious misses made by on-field officials that impact the game in the event replacement refs are used for the 2026 season. I hope y'all really heard what I said there. In the event replacement refs are used for the 2026 season. As I said before, as the days progress, this is becoming more and more of a reality that we're going to have replacement refs to start the season. These talks between the NFL Referees Association and the league are coming very contentious, y'all. It's a lot of tension there, and talks ain't getting no better whatsoever. They're not getting any better, Pop. And there's one other thing I really want to get out there is that they've already started the hiring. I'm sorry, my apologies. Yes, they've already started the hiring process of replacement referees, with onboarding possibly taking place on May 1st, Pops. Got a comment from Texas Kings 88. Agree, be professional. Yeah, someone else agrees with you, Pops. Let's go back to that comment from Brandon. So it looks like he says, if that rule is going to be the case, Antonio Brown would have been out the league a whole lot sooner. Same with Montez Burfict. Absolutely. It just, Brandon, the thing is just being professional is the main thing here. It's the main thing. Got another comment from Texas Kings 88. Didn't we already see replacement refs and we seen the result in that? My point exactly, sir. My point exactly. That's why I've been on this so much, Pops. I'm gonna let you have the floor, Pops. Just tell me what you think about what you're seeing here. That they're going to be able to correct clear and obvious misses. That means they're anticipating that this is going to happen. If we get replacement referees, they're saying this is going to happen, Pops. Please talk me off the ledge with this one, because I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, you just said like you got through talking about it. The talks are kind of like breaking down, and everybody needs to get ready for that. But the only thing I'm going to say on the kidding side too is that as long as the calls are made and my team benefits from it, I'm fine with it. But if it goes the other way, then I got a problem. But we need to get ready for all this to come forth, because I've seen the replacement refs before too. So again, we need to make sure that when we see this, don't get too upset about it or whatever. But I'm hoping that they will come to a conclusion before the season ends, because it could potentially be real hazardous to teams that are trying to make the playoffs of certain calls that are made.
Now, I'll tell you this, Pops. What they're trying to do, and I think what the main hang-up is that they're really trying to hold the refs more and more accountable. They're trying to make sure there are very, very little mistakes made. Because obviously the refs that are currently, officiating the games, they make mistakes as well. We just saw the rule where they didn't throw a flag for the DK Metcalf situation. They missed that. They not for obvious reasons. They're not in on the sidelines looking at players interact with fans. They're not doing that. You know what I mean? So it's going to take those other sets of eyes that will see that. But I don't blame them for not throwing the flag there. But there's other obvious misses that we've seen, Pops, from professional referees who have been calling the game in the NFL for a while, and they make mistakes. So they're trying to hold them more accountable and put things in place in this new CBA that they have far from agreed to. We'll see how it goes. But that's the thing. They're trying to hold them more and more accountable. We got another comment from Texas Kings 88. I'm all for getting the call on the field correct, but there has to be a better way of going about this. Agreed, man. Now, obviously, there's going to be give and take, right? With any of these negotiations, same thing that happened with, the Players Association in the league before. There was a lockout at one point. We know that, Pops. There's going to be give and take, though. There's going to be give and take. So the refs are going to have to understand that they're going to have to hold themselves accountable and be better. Simple as that. But I'll tell you one thing. Replacement refs is not going to be a good thing for the game at all. It's going to be terrible. As we've seen in the past, Pops. Y'all saw that clip I showed y'all last week with the referees making two different calls. Y'all want to see that again? I doubt it. And got another comment from Sydney. Let's go to become a thing, and everybody's going to get a jacket for what they do on the sidelines. Yo, I'm just saying, man, replacement refs are not a good look. But I'm telling y'all, it's on the verge of happening. They're already hiring referees, y'all, replacement refs, in anticipation that there's going to be a lockout from the NFL Referees Association. I'm telling y'all now, and again, I've been saying this for weeks. I've been saying it for weeks. I think it's gonna happen. We gotta brace for it. Texas Kings 88 got another comment. All I know after this first week of the UFL September. Look, at the end of the day, man, like I said, just brace for replacement refs. Just brace for replacement refs. I think that's where we're headed. Because all this stuff being put in place, look, they're telling you one thing. They say, okay, refs, fine. We'll put some people out there, but they're willing to let the game suffer behind these negotiations. So, just saying, y'all, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna move on to a player, AJ Brown. Y'all see what the clip says. Is it happening? Latest AJ Brown trade rumors. So, and let me read this comment from Brandon before I let you go, Pops. They can hire replacement refs, but can't pay the ones they have. Shameful. I agree, man. But I think, like I said, and I know it's not about the money. This is about them saying, we're going to hold you guys more accountable for these calls you're making on the field, the missed calls, whatever. That's what they're trying to do. That's the main sticking point in these negotiations, from what I've been seeing. So they're trying to hold these refs a lot more accountable, and for good reason. But like I said, y'all, again, brace for replacement refs. But anyway, Pops, what's your thoughts on AJ Brown potentially becoming a Patriot? And the reason I say this is because the coach of the Patriots, Mr. Mike Vrabel, has not dispelled this possibility. So, your thoughts?
I'm going to say, first of all, go Patriots, and I hope you all are successful in getting AJ Brown over there, so that way he'd be less of a problem for us. And so I think they needed more, or let's make the best effort they can to get him over in the AFL and have at it. Because like I said again, the Eagles already have enough as it is, and so hopefully AJ will go on over there and be happy camping, because a lot of time he has been, shall I say, a distraction to the team. And as he's always said, he wanted to get the balls thrown to him or whatever. But again, my thing is get him to the AFL as soon as possible.
I know you meant AFC, Pops, but Texas Kings 88.
You're right about that. That AFL, that was 1929, wasn't it? Something like that.
Texas Kings 88 says, LOL, tell them stay in the AFL. But yeah, you know me, Pops. Any player that is getting taken away from the Eagles, go ahead, please have at it. But yeah, going to the AFC, yeah, go ahead and go over there. That's fine. But again, my thing is, any player that's taken away from the Eagles, that makes them less of a team, I'm all for it. As you well know, Pops, please take away from that team in green. I love it. I love it. Now we got another comment from Brandon. Appreciate all these comments, y'all. Greatly appreciate it. Says, okay, if the refs aren't making the right calls, hold them accountable by hiring replacements that will, and fire those that are incompetent. Yo, you on to something there. You are on to something there. Now the only issue is if you, again, I bring up this clip I had in last week's show. You do not want referees making two different calls on the field. So if you're going to bring in replacement refs, they better be pretty damn good, because if they're not, it's going to make the league look terrible. Again, there's a precedent already set for this, y'all, 2012. So I'm guessing the league does not want that to happen again. So maybe they're doing a much better vetting process instead of just throwing guys on the field, throwing refs on the field. Because, you know, as Jerry Jones once thought, Pops, when just taught us to kind of Emmitt Smith, when he had his 2-game holdout that one season, he thought he could just put anybody else in that backfield. We learned how that happened. So it's the same thing with these refs. Can't just throw any old refs out there and think they're going to call a great game. We've already seen it happen. Just saying. Just saying. And we got another comment from Texas Kings 88. Said, I love these comments, y'all. Eagles don't scare me. The Giants do. Okay. I'm let that. Let's keep that up there for a minute. Keep that comment up there. Pops, give me your thoughts on that comment that was just made by Texas Kings 88. You think the Giants are gonna, scare folks more than the Eagles this year?
Well, the actual name of the naming of that coach, I think right now kind of scares people more than anything because of him coming over from the Ravens. But the coach doesn't play the game. He can put the places in place, but hopefully, the Cowboys also see that. And I think it'll take the Giants probably a little bit of time to get their system down and get it like they need to get it. And until that happens, I'm really not afraid of them. I just know I like the name of the coach, and that's what scares people.
Yeah, no, I agree. John Harbaugh, he wins. He wins. So if he's bringing that culture to the Giants, yeah, it kind of scares me too. I can't even front. So good comment on that, Texas Kings 88. Got another comment from Brandon. A.J. Brown will be a poor man Stephon Diggs in New England. I mean, look, I'll say this. The reason why he hasn't been traded as of yet is, because keep in mind that there were also rumors about him possibly going to the Rams. The Rams were interested in him, but they were kind of scared off because of potential knee issues with A.J. Brown. So just saying that's just something to look at there as well. So I think he's going to wind up being traded. You can't have all those situations and issues happening that we saw on the sidelines with between him and Sirianni. That ain't gonna continue to fly, because that's just gonna tear down the team around. Ain't nobody trying to do that. So I think eventually he's gonna get traded. Now the timelines you guys got to think about are the draft, like between now and the draft, and then maybe before training camp. Let's put back that comment up there again from Brandon. The next comment. And who is teaching these refs? Hold them accountable too. Agreed, man. I completely agree. But again, I'm hoping that it's going to be a much better vetting process with these referees that they're putting on the field. Because again, you can't just throw any old refs into the NFL game. It ain't going to work. It is not going to work. So y'all, we're going to move on from A.J. Brown, but I'm saying he might wind up being a Patriot. Because Mike Vrabel said he didn't say it ain't happening, so it's still on the table. And the main reason why we say Mike Vrabel, let's take that down real quick. The main reason we say Mike Vrabel and the Patriots being a kind of tied with A.J. Brown and that team is because Mike Vrabel was his coach with the Tennessee Titans. So there's a connection there, y'all, just so y'all are familiar with that. So that's why it could be a potential reunion between him and that coach that's now in New England. Let's go ahead and put that clip up for Aaron Rodgers. Thank you for that. So we got this gentleman up here, and it's because, Pops, Aaron Rodgers is expected to make his decision about playing this year before the draft. I saw your comment, Brandon. Believe me, I'm going to get to you, brother. But Aaron Rodgers is saying he's going to make a decision, or the Pittsburgh Steelers expect him to make a decision before the draft. Your thoughts?
Well, I think he needs to go ahead and do that because he doesn't have really that much time on his side. I don't know what he's waiting exactly for or whatever, but just go ahead and do this thing because again, it's really a privilege for them to be even asking him that. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference with him doing what he's doing because I think the time is caught up with him, and I think Aaron needs to go on and say what he's going to do and let it alone and quit holding those guys out so they can try to get someone else to take his place and we move forward with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Understood. I mean, Pops, are we surprised though that he's taking a long time to make the decision? Because this same thing happened, last year. We kind of figured he would be going to Pittsburgh because of all the things we kept hearing between him and Mike Tomlin having so much respect for one another, and Steelers needing the quarterback and all these things. Eventually it did happen, but it took forever. So this shouldn't be surprising to anyone that he's taking his time to make a decision. You know what I mean? I mean, what is he? He's over 40 now. He's getting up there. So, I mean, dare we say he's earned the right to take his time, maybe? I don't know. Just saying, Pops. But we'll see if he makes his decision before the draft. Because, I mean, honestly, they got to make a move some way, shape, or fashion. They got to end up getting the quarterback anyway, Pops. Because Aaron Rodgers ain't going to play forever. So they got to have a succession plan when there's no more Aaron Rodgers. So I doubt it's going to be Will Howard, the quarterback they got in the wings now, but we'll see. Now, got another comment from Texas Kings 88. Don't be surprised we see AJ in Pittsburgh. It's a possibility. Now, I will say, let me take that back. Because I forgot that they did actually trade for Pittman. So Michael Pittman is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. So they did trade for him, Michael Pittman Jr. So he is a Pittsburgh Steeler. So now they have him and DK Metcalf. So I don't think they'll be trading for him. I'd be shocked if they did. But yeah, I think there's just too many crazy personalities on the one squad. Now, Michael Pittman is not, he's not a thorough personality, but I'm talking about DK Metcalf and AJ Brown on the same squad. I don't know, Pops. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. Do you think he could wind up in Pittsburgh? AJ Brown?
Like I told you again, the badges that he brings, and I don't know if Tomlin would want that. I don't think he'd want that. So I don't think so.
Tomlin's not there anymore, though. It's Mike McCarthy.
I'm right about that. Yeah, he is gone. I'm sorry about that. He is gone. So yeah, it's a possibility with that. I forgot Tomlin. He's been there so long. I forgot he had left. But anyway, yeah, it could happen. I'm not going to dismiss that.
Okay. I guess we disagree. Now, I got another comment from Brandon. Aaron Rodgers is not the same guy that used to the discount double check after scoring. He should have just continued to host Jeopardy. Wow. Hey, that's jacked up. That's jacked up, Brandon. You saying no more football from my man, Aaron Rodgers, man? I think he still got a little bit left in the tank, man. I mean, he didn't play terrible last year. He definitely, it wasn't something that we're used to seeing from, a quarterback of his caliber. But as we clearly see, Father Time catches up with everyone on that football field, as we've seen countless times, throughout these years. So, but moving on, y'all. Moving on. We are going to the world of NCAA men's basketball, men's college basketball. So those of you who are watching, did y'all see the crazy comeback that UConn had against Duke this past weekend? It just seemed like this tournament has been a lot of blown leads, Pops. Duke had a 19-point lead. A 19-point lead and lost. Your thoughts?
Well, let's start out with Duke is known as one of the most premier college basketball teams around. And you couldn't have told me that, knowing who they are, that they could have lost a lead like that and actually lose that game, because they were picked to be the prohibited favorite to win the whole thing. And again, UConn has been there before, and they know how to win, and they're coached. And so, again, everybody said they even thought they had really won the game. And then sure enough, UConn had enough heart to come back. But again, Duke, being who they are, I've never seen them lose a lead that with that much time, and also with that big of a lead. But let me ask you this: have you ever seen UConn not give up and continue to play like they're playing?
You know, Pops, I can't say that I have, but I was definitely one of those, people watching the game saying, there's no way UConn's coming. There's no way UConn's winning this game. There's no way. They're not coming back. There's no way. Before I continue, Pops, I'm gonna read this comment from Brandon, going back to the Aaron Rodgers discussion. He said he just plays like he's not interested anymore. Philip Rivers was hungry at his big age of 50. Hey, you're right. You are right. Now we'll see if he winds up playing a lot differently with his old coach Mike McCarthy, but we'll see. Time will tell. And we'll see if he winds up making a decision before the draft, as the Pittsburgh Steelers expect. Got another comment from Texas Kings 88. OMG was crazy good. Yeah, man. Talking about this Duke UConn game. And Sydney, comment from you. Appreciate you chiming in, brother. OMG UConn. Yeah, man. Listen, it's making me think that UConn's going to win it all. I know we're going to see the Final Four field in just a minute. But with how they won that game, Pops, Duke, as you mentioned, they were the prohibitive favorite. They were the number 1 overall seed in this year's tournament. And UConn beat them. And the way they did it, and listen, I can't remember the guy's name for UConn that plays inside, big man inside. That dude is something else. I can't recall his name, but that guy is a beast in that paint. He really is. He really is. So if he did that to Duke, who'd say he won't do that to the team he's going up against in the Final Four? Just saying. He was a monster in that game against Duke. Just saying. Got another comment from Texas Kings 88. Yep, you're right, Pops. I got UConn winning it all. That one Pops that said that, it was me. I said that. But anyway, got another comment from we got a comment from Horror Flick Chick. Appreciate you. I ain't seen a Duke game since Trajan Langdon. Yo, that's a long time. You gotta watch some more college basketball, Horror Flick Chick. Gotta watch some more college basketball. That's a long time ago. And then we had a comment from Brandon. Let's bring that comment back up. Let me check that out real quick. Duke misses Cooper Flag. Hey man, you're right. He's Dallas Mav now though, which is a good thing for Pops. Pops is very pleased with that. But listen, y'all. Again, I'm saying UConn, I think they're going to win it all. That's just my take. Just because of the fact that they won in such a grinded out fashion, you can take that and win against anybody. And we saw how much they clamped down defensively. It was amazing. It was amazing to see. And I'm picking UConn to win it all. That's just my take, Pops. Any other thoughts on that game, Duke UConn game, Pops?
Yeah, I know that they showed that actual game and how it was won by UConn. But I'm gonna go on down the line and watch what I say. I think that you just said defense, so I think that Arizona can play just as strong as far as defense is concerned. So I'm thinking that Arizona might be a surprise, a winner of the NCAA championship.
Okay. So you got Arizona. Okay. So we're going to move on from that Duke UConn game. Before we do that, though, let me read this comment from Renee. Let's put that back up real quick. She too busy scaring us with horror. LOL. You ain't lying. You are not lying about that, Renee. This is true. And Horror Flick Chick, you know that's a fact. You know that's a fact. So I will refrain from my comments then, because yeah, you too busy scaring us with that horror stuff. So agreed. So we're gonna move on, y'all, to the field for this year's Final Four, which is UConn, Illinois, Arizona, and Michigan. Now, Pops, you just said before we put up this clip here that Arizona, you think they're going to win it all. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir, I did. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, did you know that Arizona was playing Michigan this coming Saturday?
Yes, sir.
You did? You did. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna ask you this: did you see how bad Michigan beat Tennessee?
I saw Arizona saw that too, so I don't think they're gonna be surprised about what kind of game Michigan is gonna bring toward them either. So we'll just see what happens. Michigan is very physical.
Tops. They beat Tennessee by 32 points.
Right.
30. I might be wrong. I'm sorry. It wasn't 32. It was 33 points. They beat them by 33 points in an Elite Eight
Right.
matchup. How often do we see that?
Not very often.
So I'm just saying, Pops, seeing Michigan beat down Tennessee like they did, I mean, Arizona is good offensively. You're absolutely right. But you mentioned Michigan's physical, so it could be an equalizer for, them going up against Arizona. So
the betting line.
Let's go back to that other comment from Horror Flick Chick real quick. Let's pull that back up. Y'all just need to put y'all big boy and girl draws. Yo, I mean, I'm just saying, you be putting some scary stuff out there. I can't even front. You be getting us with that stuff on the show. And let's put up that next comment by Horror Flick Chick. My 7th grader lost by 33 one game. LOL. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. When I saw that, I was like, are you serious? They getting beat that bad? Really? So I'm just saying, Pops. So I'm going to give you my pick. I'm saying UConn against Michigan in the national championship game, and I got UConn winning it. So you got Arizona. Who you got them going up against for the national championship, Pops?
Michigan.
You got UConn. You got Illinois.
Okay.
Who you got?
I got Arizona against UConn.
Okay, so you got Arizona beating UConn to win it all.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, I respect that. Now again, I respectfully disagree because I think Michigan's gonna beat Arizona, and I think UConn's gonna beat Michigan.
Not a bad
Now, Pops,
okay.
keep in mind, you know how much of a Michigan fan I am, and I'm saying UConn's gonna beat Michigan, right? So that's a lot for me to say there, but I just think UConn is on something different. I really do. I really, really do.
Okay.
Now, y'all, we're gonna move on to a sport that we really never talk about, and that's golf. Y'all see the guy pictured there. For those of you who don't know, it's in the text there. Tiger Woods had 2 hydrocodone pills with him at time of rollover crash, court documents say. So again, for those of you who don't know, Tiger Woods was involved in a 2-car crash, which that car you see in that clip there is his vehicle. Okay. So Pops, you see the comment there, you see the clip here. You have the floor, sir.
I will say this. I really am very disappointed in him due to the fact that he's been in incidents like this before. I thought he had gotten over what had taken place to him before, and a lot of people started to look back up at or look to Tiger Woods as being a pretty good guy. And I think that this year, with the endorsements he probably would have gotten, with the fact they thought he was actually becoming better, I think this may hurt him really bad. I'm hoping that he goes ahead and gets himself together. And this goes also back to one other thing about life after sports. There's a lot of things he possibly may be going through, and we didn't know it. And this shows us that he still needs help.
Good point, Pops. Let's go back to that other comment from Horror Flick Chick. Tiger just had a cold. You got jokes. You got the joke. Let's go to the next comment from Horror Flick Chick. And that said, that's Tylenol 3. Okay. And it make you do that. It make you have your car like that. And then got another comment from Texas Kings 88. He got too much money and time on his hands. Sad what he's become. Yo, and that's what I'm going to touch on. And let me read this comment before I speak on this. From Brandon. He done tore up 2 Range Rovers. Bro is hurting bad. Yo, I know you say a lot of jokes, but yo, you on to something right here, man. You were really on to something. Seriously. So let's give y'all a bit of a timeline, right? So His downfall really started in 2009, right? Now, mind you, Pops, you know I'm not one to bash anybody. That's not my thing. That's not what I do at all. It's not what I do, right? But at the end of the day, understand that this started happening with this gentleman in 2009 with this whole scandal about, the mistress and all this kind of stuff started then, right? He did win the Masters again in 2019, okay? So he had that situation, but keep in mind, at that situation in 2009, the events from that started with these pills, okay? That's when that all started. But again, keep in mind, even though he's on these pain meds, he still won the Masters again in 2019, right? And now we see where he is at this point in time right now. Now, mind you, I haven't read all the stuff within this timeline since 2009. There's been a lot of stuff going on with Tiger Woods since 2009, okay? Now, it is very clear that he's addicted to pain meds. That is clear and obvious. Clear and obvious. With all the surgeries he's had and all those things. But now, as of last night, Pops, he put out a statement saying he has now decided to step away from golf to focus on his health, which is something you just mentioned. So it's good for him that he's going to go ahead and step away from things and, put golf in the rear view, because that's what truly needs to happen. Because remember, he was going to participate in this year's Masters, and we're talking about this because the Masters is only a few days away. Start of the Masters tournament is only a few days away. He was going to participate in that had this not happened. You got to keep that in mind. He was going to be playing in the Masters tournament happening in a few days had this situation not happened. Hydrocodone pills and all. So I'm gonna read these couple comments that we had pull up here. Let's go back to Renee's comments. So she said, "Come on, Pops, life after sports. You on something, Pops? It's a big deal." Got another comment from Renee. What WTH happened to Tiger? Lord, yeah, what the hell happened to Tiger, Renee? It's been a significant fall from grace. But we got another comment from Sydney. Now that's a mug shot. Yo, you wild for that one. You were wild. But hey, he was on those pills, man, at this point, and he could barely do anything when this mug shot was taken. Got another comment from Brandon. But you know what? When he got hurt, he needed to fully heal. He couldn't cut on his swings, so he was not well and addicted to painkillers. That's on his trainers. Agreed. They should have looked out for him instead of having that be a constant issue. But we see what that's caused. And got another comment from Texas Kings 88. At the same time, let's go back to Texas Kings 88 comment. At the same time, some people need jail for real. I mean, now, mind you, he ain't going to jail. Let's pause on that. He ain't going to jail. He got way too much money to be doing all that. So he ain't gonna see no jail time whatsoever. Got another comment from Horror Flick Chick. Jail for Tylenol 3 is crazy. Listen, he ain't gonna do no jail time, but as we said, or as I said with Myles Garrett, with all those speeding tickets, if y'all remember from the last show I said that, with all those speeding tickets, he needs a driver. Why is Tiger Woods driving a vehicle anymore? You're addicted to painkillers. Why are you still driving, sir? Get a driver. Now, I don't condone being, addicted to painkillers, all that stuff, but listen, you wrecked a few vehicles, my good sir. Get a driver now. Please get a driver. You're dealing with a lot of pain. I understand that. Hopefully you get all that rectified. Please get that taken care of. But you need a driver, my man. Now I'm going to read these stats to you guys. Tiger Woods has 82 PGA Tour wins and 15 majors. So he is solidified as one of, if not the greatest golfer of all time. But we are not talking about his accolades on the golf course. This is what we're talking about now. This is what Tiger Woods has been relegated to over these last few years, is this. We're not talking about his talent. We are talking about his addiction to these painkillers. That's a hard fall from grace, Pops. And I really do pray that he gets himself taken care of. Glad he's taking away time from golf. So we'll see. Any lasting thoughts, Pops?
Just get him some help before it's too late.
Agreed. So hopefully he gets that done. let's read these next few comments. Let's see. Now we got one. Yep. So we got one for Renee. Says he will get rehab. Absolutely. That's what he's doing now. He's stepping away from golf. He's going to do some rehab. From Brandon, the meds even say avoid operating heavy machinery. Man, you're onto something right there. Again, don't drive, brother. Get a driver. And another comment from Renee. Ain't he related to Trump? Wow, Renee. And then Texas Kings 88. To have a driver, he needs a Buick. I'm just saying, y'all. He needs a driver. He cannot be on the road taking these pills. And another comment from Horror Flick Chick, hard pill to swallow. LOL. Yo, you wildin' for that one. Yo, listen, y'all. That will do it for us for today's show. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and take that clip down. Thank y'all so much for joining tonight's show. All the comments, all the love. Thank y'all. I can't stress that enough. We appreciate all of y'all. Got another comment from Renee. Accolades go away with mess ups, especially when you got a little black in you. Yo, you said something there. You said something. And that's why we have to make sure that we're even better with how we do things and not putting ourselves in those jacked up situations. Let's see. We got a couple more comments. Horror Flick Chick, what is that comment you got up there? It says lots of stay-at-home moms need drivers in. Okay. Let's see. And then Texas Kings 88. Good show, bro. See y'all next time. Yo, appreciate you. Again, thank y'all so much. Don't forget, we are on all the platforms, podcast platforms. Yo, check us out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And listen, y'all, till next Wednesday. Peace out.